A deal made in this old girl. It's been sitting in here for I think 4 or 5 years the last time it was out cutting. But it's all there. All the bits and pieces. And it's been well stored and well looked after in this shed, so we'll see if we can get her started up and running, bring her home. Be a nice old drive down the road. I'm gonna have to start contracting now. I've got that much equipment built up, eh?
Let's get the stilts on that crank pulley and give it a little wiggle to free up the rings, and then we'll put the battery in and see how she go.
Yep, there's water there.
There's oil there. That's a good start.
Check the hydraulic oil. A little bit low. Give that a wee top up before we start.
There's diesel in the bowl, so hopefully that's enough to go.
Hang on now, there's some. Does that fix it? Something. Yeah, hold on a minute and I'll get down here to a seat. What do we see? Hold on, give me a minute, I'll give it a wiggle. Don't turn her now because I'm leading in the pilot. Lights back there now. Right, hold it. That's the combine back home now. That was a hairy run. Don't fancy doing that distance again, but anyway, it's in. It's sticking out a little bit at the back here, but that cover will hopefully keep it dry till harvest, and we'll get it put away in a bit of a better shed. Needs a little bit done to the thrashing belt, which is in tatters, and the drive belt was slipping a little tiny bit on the way back, so I'll need to have a look at that too. Then just a good grease up and a good look over, and hopefully we'll be cutting corn in no time. Taking the old damaged thrashing belt and bracket off. So that was the belt. Badly in need of a bit of replacement. And I think this repaired bracket here has a little bit of a bend in it, because it kept throwing the belt off every time you tried to start the thrashing unit, unless you started it up in gear and then it ran fine. Anyway, this belt's off. We've got a new belt to go on and a new bracket to go on to hold the tension and pulley. Hopefully that will leave it that we can start and stop it with the engine running, and there'll be none of this messing having to stop the engine to put it into thrashing gear. See how it goes. Right then, back to this thrashing belt in the combine. So I've put it all together, put the new belt on, excuse the bird poo. Finally got the pulley in on the bracket. I went to tension it and I realised something funny here. That looks a little bit off square. And now I realise that's not meant to do that. Turns out the new bracket goes into the old mounts, which the inside one's broken. So as soon as you tension it, pulls the belt, pulley out of square, throws the belt off. I'm gonna have to now take everything apart again and fix that bracket. Hopefully that will solve the problem. I'm sure there'll be another one to find once that's done. I'm repairing the thrashing tensioner that was broke on the combine. So it was this little boy here that was broke. As you can see, I've put a little weld down there, a little weld in here, and the next plan is to put a reinforcement bracket in here in this square. Hopefully that will stop it breaking again, and it'll stop the thrashing belt getting thrown off every time we go to start it up. The bracket's now fully repaired. We've welded the little plate in the bottom, welded a little plate at the top. That's the bracket repaired now and braced up, that little plate in the bottom. Added a little plate to the top as well to try and help keep the top crack from opening again. And we've buffed off the back so it sits nice and flush. That should sort all our problems, hopefully. I think there's just a minor oil leak coming out of the combine. And I think it's coming from that oil pump. So let's get the hydraulic pump off and change the seal. And we'll change this old belt while we're at it. This is the joys of working with old machinery that you buy. So I thought I just had to change an oil seal. And as you can see, the pulley's cracked. So now I'm going to have to either source a pulley or try and repair and balance this one. Nothing simple, is there? We have got a replacement pump and pulley for the combine. Hopefully this one's not cracked when I take it off. Knowing my luck, it probably will be. But anyway, the only thing we have to do is, because the tank is actually welded to the frame in our original bracket and I can't get it off, we're now going to have to, instead of the simple thing, we're swapping the tank onto this bracket. We're going to have to take the pulley and the pump off this one and put it on the original pump bracket. Then we'll get the whole thing together and get the new drive belt that we've got as well back on, and hopefully that leaves the combine basically ready until I find something else. Can anyone guess what just went on the combine? Leave your answer in the comments.
Let me know if you think you have an idea what I've just broke.
there you have it. That was the story of buying this combine last year. Of course I didn't do a lot of YouTube videos back then, so all the footage was shot the wrong way around. So it's time to start getting her ready now for the next harvest. We'll have her pulled out of the shed in the next few days and looked over and hopefully it's just a case of fuel up, grease up and go, but you never know with these old girls till you get them out, do you? So if you've made it this far, you've obviously liked the content, so give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more, and I'll catch you next week. You never know what we'll be up to.